And Vice President Kamala Harris still has no plans to head back to the southern border, but she is committed to jetting off to Europe next month.
Joe Concha, Fox News contributor, here to discuss her lack of engagement as the migrant crisis grows by the day. Joe, looks like Kamala's working on that old bucket list. Remember this?
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
We've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
Well, congrats to her for checking Europe off there. But, Joe, will she ever go to the actual border? And by the border, I mean the places that Griff Jenkins goes, Bill Malugin goes.
Oh, you mean like La Jolla or Del Rio?
Yeah.
You'll see that the same time you see the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl, who put up a good fight against the Rams yesterday, by the way, Todd, as you probably saw. Look, this is the administration that is polling in the 20s in terms of its handling of the border. Absentee landlords, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, who, and the numbers back this up, by the way, in terms of the record number of migrant crossings that we're seeing this year, they have zero interest in tackling this issue. This is the look like you're working administration when you're actually barely working. Kamala Harris, like you just pointed out, has never actually been to a border town. And that includes Arizona, by the way, where we're seeing the biggest surge right now. Joe Biden apparently drove through El Paso in a motorcade 13 years ago, and the White House press secretary, with a straight face, mind you, says that counts as a visit, which is insulting to anyone's intelligence over the age of 6. So, yep, have fun in Europe because we have a crisis at the border. We also have a supply chain crisis going on where you won't see the president or the vice president or Secretary Pete Buttigieg visit a port city in Los Angeles, New Jersey, the Gulf Coast, Savannah. So, again, we have an administration that is being outworked at this point by people trying to solve problems that don't have remotely the amount of power that they do at this point.
Okay, so we have to get to this. Obviously, President Biden is facing some falling poll numbers, but even SNL is picking up on it. Let's take a watch at this, and we'll talk to you on the other side.
All right.
Your CNN town hall was watched by no one, and your approval rating is in the dumpster.
I don't understand. People used to like me. I miss the old me. Where the hell did that guy go? Hey, wait a second. Who are you? Who am I? What do you mean, who? I'm you. I'm you from 8 years ago, man. The ghost of Biden passed. Boom! How can you be me? You seem so happy, so carefree. So, what's the word I'm looking for? Lucid. Yeah.
Okay, so other than hysterical, like what's your take on SNL even throwing jabs at the Biden administration?
Actually, I wonder if we use the word jabs there. This is as gentle as a butterfly landing on a tulip in terms of their mocking of Joe Biden. But it does show you, however, how far the president has fallen in terms of polling. You see Zogby, he's at 36%. You see Quinnipiac, he's at 37%. And we're only 10 months into the administration, and that's with very favorable press coverage. I'm actually surprised there wasn't a staff walkout over doing a skit that actually jabs at Joe Biden. Meanwhile, did you see the end of the show? I know, look, at my age, I can't stay up that late, but I did see the clips. After performing for 90 minutes on stage without masks, the fully vaccinated cast, they put their masks back on. Talk about virtue signaling. So that's SNL at this point. They go after Joe Biden, kinda, but it's not with the vitriol that we saw with the former president, played by a guy who, a very tragic thing happened on that set of Rust with Alec Baldwin. And I hate the fact, by the way, that people online and on social media are somehow using this to attack Alec Baldwin. It was a horrible thing that happened. He made a horrible accident mistake, but let's not start attacking people because there is a woman that died here. And I just want to end it on that note. And by the way, actually, yeah, let's end on a happy note, actually. This Fox weather app, by the way, Janice Dean, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my 48-hour weather forecast here in Jersey. I need Noah's Ark to get out of this house at this point with all this rain coming. I wanted a happy app. This is very disturbing.
But Joe, it's telling you the truth. I mean, you may not like the truth.
It is.
It's going to be rainy this week. And let's also focus on on a high note. Giants won. Yeah. Joe Concha, happy weekend or happy week to you, sir.
Thanks, Joe.
Great win beating that third-string quarterback from Carolina. Congratulations.
No comment.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.